Welcome to the iRonik show clips. To get deep insights in quick time, subscribe to the channel now. What kind of jobs, what kind of new, very out of the box jobs that we are looking at that will be created because of AI?
So there are a few things about like they'll be called AI trainer jobs. Somebody who gives in new topics and to tell AI this is right, wrong. Labeling jobs
Hmm,
they'll be
hmm,
created, and few more things they call it prompt engineer, but I think it just glorified. Just somebody who just uses the system. Anybody can become prompt engineer, but that's very common what people talk these days. How to get the best out of an AI system? To learn to give different text. You just cannot write a book about AI, but you need to write
hmm,
about more specific things and get a step-by-step approach. First, give me chapters, and for each chapter sections. Then there's some things how to use AI systems. That'll be something which coming, and there'll be more things like AI evaluators. So when the regulations come in, somebody sits and evaluates: is it responding right, or there are wrong information coming out?
hmm, hmm,
What can go wrong? So basically, AI testers, AI evaluators, and for example, my feeling is if the governments do it right in 5 to 6 years before any AI model is released, same like you go for an ISA certification, it'll go for
hmm,
the same certification system where there'll be somebody sitting and
right.
evaluating these models and certifying safe for public use. These kind of jobs will be coming up, and more things like let's say just an AI consultant who actually, let's say a single entrepreneur can generate a whole website just using AI tools. Right, so he can create a website, create a brand, logo, content, everything just by a single person. So these are something exciting which come, and AI in politics. So political AI consultants will be coming up. So they will create AI based campaigns, all of these things. Yeah, it's just limited by creativity. What you can do.
So, don't you think that too much dependency on AI or too much use of AI can somehow tinker with the cognitive intelligence that a human has?
Uh, Indeed, that's a fact, right? So, for example, I give this analogy that 500 years ago, our
Hmm,
ancestors are very strong. They could lift higher, heavier things. People built
hmm,
temples, or people built pyramids, or
hmm,
huge churches without having fancy tools, right? They are very strong. But when machines invented that cars and cranes can lift heavy things, our general strength just went down, right? Because we don't use it, but our mental strength goes on because we figured how to use cars, how to use cranes. And now when AI is still a machine which does mental tasks, right? So it does, instead of you writing a whole blog, it can just write out things based on few ideas. These kind of things, there is a danger that humans will lose ability to come up with creative writings, creative articles. um, and that's some balance we need to say how much we use AI. So we can, one aspect is you can use AI to just do your boring jobs, so you can focus on creative things, right? So you can
yeah.
just write emails with AI, so you can create new ideas how to write. But if you don't do that, if you just keep using AI constantly, your mental acumen will also fall down. People forget how to make a new painting, how to write. Same like somehow uh, you are using keyboards and typing so much, sometimes you forget how to
Hmm.
write in paper, right?
Yes,
Sometimes.
yes, absolutely.
So this can be extrapolated. Sometimes you forget how to draw because AI draws for you, and that is a real danger, and that's a good balance we need to be keeping in mind. How much do you use AI and when to still keep your creativity?
Uh, do you foresee job loss, particularly talking about the Indian scenario? Do you foresee many job loss because of AI adoption in the across industries?
Definitely. A lot. It's a big problem. So, because, for example, a big portion of Indian, let's say, knowledge industry, right? Knowledge workers. So, analysts, financial analysts, data entry people, they are doing repeated jobs, repeatable mental
Hmm,
tasks, right?
hmm,
And these are things which AI is getting really good at. And these are the first jobs which will be gone. For example, customer support. Now, if you Google, you see so many companies offering automatic customer support using AI tools. So, if somebody can give fast customer support with AI tools, why would they want to have a
hmm.
huge
Yeah,
manpower to
yeah.
organize companies, right? That's one. And analysts. So with, I will not say all analysts will go away, but one analyst with the help of AI tools can do a job of 10 guys. So the rest
Hmm.
of the 9 people will be going out of jobs. uh, Same like programmers. So now actually if you want to build a website, you can just, if you know how to orchestrate a website, you can use AI to just generate a code very quickly. So same way junior programmers who are doing very, say, entry level programming, one programmer can do a job of 5 programmers, so that
Yeah.
4 people jobless. So and in that's how it will happen. So the bottom layers of the entry level jobs, you will see in next 3 4 years, huge amount of people will be rendered jobless because the companies can do it themselves faster.
So on one hand, you had mentioned that new jobs would be created, but those jobs would be typically, if I understand better, it would be typically for people who have some sort of knowledge in that domain, right?
Right.
I'm talking about a lot of these unskilled people who are doing some odd job, some chores that are being carried
Entry
day
level
to day,
jobs, let's say.
entry level jobs. So if those are completely taken away, so is government looking at? I mean, obviously, government is keeping an eye what on the adoption of AI, on the rise of AI.
Mhm.
But do you think there is something been done, or what should be done to protect employment of these people? Because
So this is a
if
mhm.
people start going out of jobs, then AI would be not the thing to worry about us. Then there will be many larger things that we need to worry about as a
There's a ripple
society.
effect, right? So suddenly these people
Yeah.
who depend on, so we forgot the primary sectors, like even like say whatever agriculture, whatever primary sectors, we all
Hmm.
migrated to these
Hmm.
entry level jobs. And when it's gone, it's a big problem. But I will tell you why it's a problem, right? So whenever new technology comes in, there's always job loss. So people say, for example, when
Right.
industrialization came up, when factories came, they said, oh, the
Hmm.
weavers were going out of jobs. But it was a slow process, right? So it became over generations. So for example, somebody who's weaving manually, by the time machines came and took over, it was a generation. So it took 10, 20 years. So his son realized, okay, now if I take up weaving, it's no point. So I will
Hmm.
take up how to use a yarn, right? That's what they learned. But now with AI, it's going so fast that within a generation, it's changing twice. So now within 3 years, you have to suddenly change your profession. That you say whatever I
Yes.
learned is suddenly become useless, and I need to jump. That's why it's a bigger problem. The speed at which the job loss happens. Technology always creates job loss, but over generations. And if we don't look it up seriously, and if we don't give incentives for companies to somehow re-employ them, we'll have a problem. So, but also while I deal with a lot of enterprises, right? So how they should adopt AI, it's not just new tools they should use, but how to reorganize people, how to reorganize their workforce so that it's not trigger too much job loss, but it will create a good value for the company. That's something I do workshops and do consulting with companies. So because for
Hmm. Hmm.
example, if you understand what humans are really good at, what machines are good at. So you reorganize the workforce to do things what humans are good at.
Okay.
For example, right? It's a hard problem. For example, if AI can do programming much better. You take the programmers and then figure out how to invent new solutions, new programs. How do you solve new problems, right? So, what are new problems to be tackled? So, you put them there because AI cannot create something new. That's a fundamental aspect. It cannot solve new problems. Only humans can solve. So, and you put them there and use AI to do the boring jobs. So, in that way, you don't create a massive job loss, but the companies can also progress faster. So if you find a nice balance, then it's a win-win. If you don't, if you just suddenly say fire 100 of your junior programmers, then we will have a problem in the years to come.
If you like this clip, check out our other clips and never stop learning.